Is Tank Davis truly the king of the 135-pound class, or is Shakur Stevenson the one being overlooked? The tension between these two boxers has reached a boiling point, and one thing is certain: fans are divided. There are those who feel Tank is the genuine deal, a knockout machine capable of defeating anyone, and then there's Shakur, a boxer with a defensive strategy that has earned him a lot of accolades but few explosive highlights. Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson is quickly becoming a must-see battle in the boxing world. But here's the catch: Shakur Stevenson has yet to fight at 135 pounds properly. So, what's all the fuss about? Is Shakur overrated or the real deal? And what does Tank Davis make of all the fuss around Shakur's rise? Tank Davis did not hold back following Shakur Stevenson's recent victory over Josh Padley. Following Shakur's performance, Tank tweeted, "Well," implying that Shakur was overrated. Tank did not just let it go. He has been public about his conviction that Shakur is not a legitimate threat. He pointed out that Shakur had yet to fight at 135 pounds, citing his lack of knockout power even at 126 pounds. Tank's message was clear. He does not think Shakur is the next great thing, particularly in the 135-pound division. But how did Shakur respond? He was not disturbed. He shot back, confident that Tank is all power and no intellect. "I'm better than him," he admits. Shakur is convinced that he is the best boxer. His defense, boxing IQ, and ability to hit and not get struck are what distinguishes him. But here's the thing: Tank Davis is an incredible artist. He has the ability to stop anyone in their tracks, and he has done so time and again. So, how does Shakur's technical talent compare to Tank's raw power? In the build-up to their bout, it's evident that Shakur possesses something Tank lacks: defense, precision, and an unrivaled boxing IQ. Tank, on the other hand, possesses knockout power and the capacity to dominate a battle with a single punch. It's the ultimate clash of styles: Shakur's smooth, defensive style versus Tank's explosive power punching. But, as the battle approaches, the issue that everyone is asking remains: can Shakur outbox Tank, or will Tank simply walk him down and deliver the crushing punch that ends the fight in an instant? Shakur Stevenson's recent bout against Josh Padley is an excellent illustration of the technical excellence he brings to the arena. While Shakur won the bout, it was not the exciting ending that fans had hoped for. Shakur delivered a strong showing against Padley, demonstrating his defensive abilities as well as his ability to land clean, accurate shots. However, many were anticipating more. Padley stepped in with only 4 days' notice, making it an uphill battle for him from the outset. Many admirers believed that this would be an opportunity for Shakur to demonstrate his might and make a statement. Instead, Shakur went the distance and won by stoppage, but it was a gradual burn rather than the explosive knockout spectators were looking for. What's the problem? Fans expected Shakur to finish Padley much earlier. They wanted Shakur to take control and knock out Padley, especially because he was a late replacement. But Shakur did not go for the kill. Instead, he maintained his typical approach, picking his shots, working behind the jab, and focusing on defense. Some supporters criticized him for not being aggressive enough, while others believed that his patience and tactical approach were the best way to win. But one thing was obvious: Shakur's style is not for everyone. Some fans admire his boxing technique, while others desire more action, drama, and knockouts. Nonetheless, Shakur's performance versus Padley aroused some suspicions. The distinction between boxing purists and casual viewers was obvious. Hardcore aficionados of the sport recognize Shakur's skill and ability to manage the ring, but casual viewers find his style uninteresting. They want fireworks. They want knockouts. And, for all his talent, Shakur hasn't provided that kind of show. Does this make him overrated? Is his style just misunderstood? Shakur Stevenson is very confident in his ability. He isn't worried by the criticism. In fact, he embraces it. He's made it clear that he doesn't think Tank Davis can beat him. Shakur has repeatedly stated that while Tank's power is remarkable, it is insufficient to defeat his own skill set. He highlights his defensive prowess, ability to manage the ring, and strategic approach. For Shakur, boxing is more than simply power. It's also about precision, control, and never being hit. On the other hand, Tank Davis isn't intimidated by Shakur's defensive technique. He's been taking out fighters left and right, and his explosive power is unparalleled. Tank feels convinced that his might will be sufficient to penetrate Shakur's defense. He isn't backing down from the task. In fact, Tank appears to thrive in situations in which he is the underdog. He's used to people questioning him, and he's been proving them wrong each time he enters the ring. But can Tank's brute power defeat someone as skillful and defensive as Shakur? Tank's knockout power has become his bread and butter. But Shakur isn't going to stand there and take Tank's punches. He will maneuver, counter, and make Tank miss. It's the ultimate challenge for both fighters. Can Tank break past Shakur's defense and deliver the knockout punch? Or will Shakur's grasp of the sweet science prove too much for Tank to handle? Shakur's ability to evade injury and manage the pace of a fight is what distinguishes him. He excels at hitting without being hit, and his ring IQ is unparalleled. However, Tank Davis is a different animal. He's a tough, aggressive fighter who loves on taking down opponents and delivering spectacular knockouts. Tank's power cannot be ignored. He has often demonstrated his ability to inflict harm with a single punch. So, can Shakur's defensive genius truly neutralize Tank's power? There's another wrinkle to this rivalry. Shakur Stevenson has already begun to consider his future plans. He's already preparing for a possible fight in Saudi Arabia. The Middle East has emerged as a new hub for huge boxing events, and Shakur is interested. The prospect of a bout between Shakur and Tank in Saudi Arabia is intriguing. It would be one of the most significant occurrences in boxing history. The stakes would be high, and the financial benefits would be enormous. Tank and Shakur are both aware that a battle like this has the potential to permanently alter the path of their careers. But what will it take to make that fight happen? Tank is concerned with money, whereas Shakur is concerned with his skills and legacy. This battle is about more than just bragging rights. It's about who owns the big stage and gets to headline the year's biggest boxing event. Both fighters are hungry for the spotlight. With Saudi Arabia providing massive payouts to make this fight a reality, it's just a matter of time before these two face off in the arena. Tank Davis has already battled some of the most formidable opponents in the lightweight division. His knockout record speaks for itself. But some dispute whether Tank has encountered the same level of opposition as Shakur. Shakur may not have Tank's knockout power, but he has faced some formidable opponents himself. The question is whether Shakur is capable of handling the power that Tank brings to the table. Will Tank's powerful knockout power be too much for Shakur's defensive abilities? Will Shakur's boxing knowledge and ring mastery prove to be Tank's downfall? Finally, this fight is about more than power versus skill. It is about legacy. It's all about who wins the most intense struggle for 135-pound dominance. Fans have been waiting for this fight for years, and their excitement is just building. Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson are two of the world's top fighters right now, and their battle promises to be one of the most spectacular in boxing history. So, who will win? Will Tank's knockout power be sufficient to overcome Shakur's precision and control? Will Shakur's defensive genius and ring IQ be too much for Tank's offensive power? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, boxing fans are looking forward to this fight, and when it does come, it will be one for the ages. Whether you're on Team Tank or Team Shakur, there's little doubt that this is the fight everyone wants to witness. So, who do you believe will win? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates as the battle heats up.